Noon. We are here live, live on Facebook.
Live and direct.
Pretty Girls Talk Politics.
Indeed. Indeed.
We are here this evening with Teacher Ernie, my co-host, Dr. Traffy. Look at that pretty smile. And yours truly, Marcelline.
Hey.
And it's called the Midweek Fuel.
Yes. Just a little gas, you know what I'm saying? Just a little gas for the tank, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, you did. Happy Wednesday. It's Wisdom Wednesday.
Yes, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Yes. This morning I'm telling my people, or reminding them of a little proverb or little saying my headmaster taught us: make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver, the other is gold. It's your Wednesday wisdom, y'all, for the day.
That's right. Teacher Ernie, do you have a Wednesday wisdom? Something to share? Wednesday wisdom.
Well, I think I will go with Dr. Traffy. Make new friends, but keep the old.
One is silver, the other is gold. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my people. Share the live, y'all.
Teacher Ernie, I'm not hearing you.
You are not.
She's hearing you. You're loud and clear. You look bright and beautiful.
Yes.
Hey, for Dominica's future. And our
Teacher Ernie, can you share on your page? Did you share the live on your page?
Good.
Margaret, have you shared it?
If you send it to me by WhatsApp, I can.
Okay. Okay, my dear.
Thank you.
I'm gonna send it to you, Teacher Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are sharing because we need to talk to as much people as we can.
Indeed. Yes,
we need to hear us because Dominica, it has so many issues.
You know, even the good book says, how will they know if they don't hear the word?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it.
Hear it. And our future.
That is so true.
Faith comes by hearing.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so today.
Oh, we good? We ready?
Yes, we are. Mm-hmm.
All right, Dominica, good evening. Welcome to another Pretty Girls Talk Politics 2. And this is a brand new feature we're having here. It's a midweek session, a fueling session, a refueling session, a session where, you just get off the highway for a little bit and you go fill up your tank because there's so much happening. So tonight we're joined by a woman who has spent more than 4 decades shaping young minds, mentoring teachers, leading schools, and serving Dominica through education, from classroom teacher to principal, learning support officer, district education officer, and master teacher, her career has been dedicated to helping others succeed. And we've seen her on the political stage before. She is back, y'all. She is back serving, this time responding to a different call, serving our people through politics. So help us welcome Teacher Ernie John Finn. Welcome, Teacher Ernie.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon to you, Dr. Truffy, and good afternoon to Marcelline.
Good afternoon, Teacher Ernie.
It's your look.
Teacher Ernie, it's good to have you.
Thank you for having
It's good to have you. I say good afternoon to you, special good afternoon as the special guest. It is so good to have you, as I said again, and all our listeners, those who usually log in with us. You know, we have people from home and abroad. They always connect to this program. Some of you are connecting for the first time. Thank you for being with us on this journey. I truly welcome every one of you. Teacher Ernie, I really welcome you. It is a privilege to be part of this discussion with you for change as it relates to the issues of development and progress of our lovely Dominica. So this evening, we are delighted to have you as our guest. You're a strong woman with a wealth of knowledge and people's personality. You have a very great personality, I must say, with whom I feel very at home with, since you hail from the beautiful cultural community of Castle Bruce, which is part of my ancestral connections. Because that's the village where my late mother and her siblings were born and raised. And where I would often visit my grandparents and my older siblings. That was where I spent summer holidays as a little girl growing up. So I am Castle Bruce too, since my roots and connections are also there.
Okay, actually, Marcelline, I am from Good Hope.
Okay, okay, good. But you live in Castle Bruce?
I live in Good Hope.
Oh, you live in Good Hope?
Yeah, I live in Good Hope. We live in Good Hope. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But you represent the constituency of Castle Bruce?
Actually, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, I was saying recently, there's so many places in Dominica I've heard about, but never visited. That's one of the reasons I'm very curious to learn more about Teacher Ernie tonight too, because I've seen her, I don't know much about her one-on-one, and I know a lot of Dominicans are wanting to.
Interesting. We need to meet. We need to have.
Yes, let's meet. Let's meet. So Teacher Ernie, Marcelline, me, our first question to people usually is, what is their pretty girl politics story? How did you get from Teacher Ernie to politician, to politics?
Yeah, it's a long journey. It's a long story. I remember I attended the Dominica Teachers Training College in 1987, 88. And I remember, well, we used to have group presentations and so forth. And I remember one of my colleagues, classmates, telling me, "You sound like a politician." I did not take it seriously, you know, far from my mind. But life went on. And I remember couple years after that, years after, I was approached by the Honorable Edison James. And I thought, no, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for it. I did not see myself as a politician. But pondered, seeing my people, seeing the depression, seeing what they're going through. And I began to get closer to think more positively about politics. And so in 2018, I think, was it in 2018 or 2017? Meeting, I got a call on my phone, and it was the Honorable Lennox Linton Who told me? He was at my home.
Mm.
I said to him, what are you doing at my home? And I'm not there. He said, your husband told me that you were in church. So I thought you were at a meeting, a church meeting. So I thought I would call you.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay. So we arranged to meet. He did not tell me what he came to do, but we arranged to meet. And the rest is history. Yeah, we met and we spoke. And I decided to give it a shot because, as I've just said, I looked at my people. I live with them. I have never left this community. I wasn't born there. I was born in Roseau, but I grew up there, went to school there and everything. And I have been seeing my people. I'm seeing my people gradually moving from one stage to the next, but not upward, but downward. And I told myself, somebody must stand. And I have decided to save the lives of people. This is the reason why I stand.
Yeah.
That's why I got into politics.
Wow. I like that. That's a very human experience you just described when you said somebody else saw something in you. But before we walk into the new experience, we have what's called imposter syndrome, which is like me. I could, I don't have what it takes. Yeah. So what do you think he saw, Mr. James saw in you? What do you think Mr. Linton saw in you?
They saw leadership. They saw someone who is a people's person. They saw someone with the right attitude. They saw someone who has the qualities to change the lives of the people. And that is what they saw and they pursued and they caught me. They caught me.
That's beautiful. Okay, so you've been in the teaching. You said that seed was planted perhaps while even doing your vocation. And I call teaching a vocation, like the priesthood, like, because you become that. So tell us about that, being a teacher. What does that mean for you?
There's a saying which goes, once a teacher, always a teacher. I still consider myself a teacher, yeah? I remember, I live in Good Hope, and I went to school in Sansove. It's within walking distance, but maybe about 2 miles, mile and a half, 2 miles from Good Hope to Sansove. And we'd walk down, we'd go to school. And that's how we did. That's how we knew it. We go to school.
Yeah, yes.
And when I became a teacher, I was pulled out from my class, Form 3 in the primary school, Form 3 at the time.
Right.
I was pulled out from Form 3 by my then principal, who told me, he just called me by his table and he said to me, Ernie, tomorrow come to school as a teacher. No, how do I come to school as a teacher? How? He did not tell me. He didn't give me any heads up, nothing. I said, okay. In those days, I did not, I had what we call pushing.
That's right.
That's what I had on my feet. That's what I had going to school.
Yes.
And with my uniform. The only thing I changed was I changed the uniform. And I put a little church dress on me. A little church dress.
Yeah.
I put my slippers, my same push on my feet, and I put my school bag. And I went to school as a teacher. Because I don't know how to come to school as a teacher.
Yes.
When I got to school, he had me to teach my class. Now imagine being in class with your classmates today, and tomorrow you are standing in front of them as their teacher. I don't know if you can imagine it, but it did not feel right to me. Honestly,
Yeah.
it did not feel
Yeah.
I have always been a shy person, very shy person. I
Mhm.
was still shy. I was scared because
Mhm.
he was there looking at me teaching.
Mhm.
You understand? He
Yes.
was sitting there and he had
Yeah.
to teach the class.
Yeah.
You know, I cannot tell you what I did, but apparently what I did was correct because he did not tell me anything that I did anything wrong.
Mhm.
Understand? At the end of the day, he called me to his table again, to his desk again, and he
Mhm.
said to me, tomorrow, wear better shoes. So
That's all. That's the only adjustment he would
that's
make.
the only adjustment. Tomorrow, the following day, I did wear my church shoes on then.
Yes.
For my
Yes.
church shoes. And that's how it continued. I
Wow.
continued being a teacher.
Yes.
No, I was holding on for his wife who was on sick leave. So
Mhm.
after that, after her leave, I had to return to class. And I told my mother, no way am I going to sit in class when I was a teacher yesterday. No
Right.
way.
Right.
And she said to me, if I'm a woman, don't go to school. Don't go and sit in class.
So what did you do?
I went back to class. I went back to class.
Yeah.
I couldn't say no to. You think in those days you could say no
You
to.
couldn't say no.
You
But
couldn't.
I sense something in you change because Maya Angelou says something. She says, when you know better, you do better. It's almost like
Yes.
when you get to a certain level, it's hard to go back down,
Yes.
to step down.
That
So
is
how
true.
did you make that adjustment?
Well, it didn't last. I went back to class. And I sat with my classmates and we spoke about what they saw in me. We spoke. It was
Right.
the topic of the day, and I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, and they enjoyed having me as their teacher. You understand? But
Yes.
I spent about 1 week.
Yes.
The following week there was a vacancy, and then I got it.
Look at that.
This
This is about stepping outside of your comfort zone.
yeah.
That's where success is.
Now
you know.
imagine I was 13 years old.
Wow.
I was 13. So I started teaching at 13 years. I did not attend
Are
secondary.
you kidding
I
me?
never attended secondary school.
Wow.
Never attended. I worked my way from the bottom to the top.
Wow.
I would burn the candlelights. In those days, we had no electricity. So I burned the candlelight. I burned it. And I am satisfied with who I have become and what I have. I worked it out.
Wow. Marcelline, what are you feeling? What are you thinking as you hear Teacher Ernie say this stuff?
Oh, that is such an inspirational story. A story of resilience and perseverance and ambitions. Because at 13 years, you're still a kid.
Yes.
Of course I am.
You're a baby.
But you're pushed in a classroom to teach other kids like yourself.
Myself. Yes. Some older.
And some older, and you persevered. And now your name is your favorite name is Teacher Ernie.
Master teacher.
So how many years you taught for as a teacher?
Okay, let me tell you. I started in 71. 71. Wow. Okay, so about 40 plus years, 42, 43 years. Yeah.
Well, that seemed to have been a calling on you. Because you did it.
I never wanted to be a teacher.
Oh.
No, going to school, I did not want to be a teacher.
What did you want to be?
A policewoman.
Wow.
A policewoman.
So you see where the resilience come from, Margaret?
But when I went into it, I enjoyed it. So I just decided.
Yeah. Sometimes we get picked, sometimes your destiny picks you.
That's true. Well, my destiny picked me this time. And I remained till I retired. I remained there. I moved up in the service. I was a classroom teacher. I worked through my GCs. Did my GCs on my own.
Wow.
We used to go to town every Saturday. And that was it. Most times we didn't have a penny, not a penny to buy a snack, you know, but we pushed through.
You went for the important thing. You went
Yes.
for the thing.
Yes.
Oh, that's a
And
beautiful
so
story.
in those days, we had first grade auxiliary teachers, second grade auxiliary, third grade auxiliary. Then you became a student teacher. But when I became when I reached the level of second grade auxiliary teacher, I got my CXC subjects. And so I moved up to qualified assistant teacher.
I remember that.
Right. And then from there, I went to college, state college. Not state college, sorry, teachers college.
Teachers college.
And there I got my teacher's certificate.
And became qualified teacher.
Became a teacher. Then while I was a school principal at Monjaune, I wrote I went to UE and I got my teacher's certificate, you know.
Yes.
Teacher's diploma. And then I worked on my master's degree, master's degree. And I call it a day. I call it a day. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Margaret. Wow. This is a very interesting story. You need to book, Teacher Ernie.
I said that. I said I need to write.
Have you considered that?
Yes, I have. I have.
Because this is a very inspirational story.
Absolutely. Wow.
You know, and everyone has that past. I remember when us, you know, Teacher Ernie is relating, you know, her age and, you know, when she first went to the classroom. I remembered when my daughter, my first daughter, Melissa, graduated from high school. Then a day, the principal of the Concord School came to my house and she asked me for my daughter. She asked me for Melissa. So I said Melissa went to her grandma's house. Then she said, ask Melissa to come and see her. And she asked me whether Melissa would, you know, take a teaching job. My daughter just graduated from high school, just graduated fifth form. I said to her, to do what? I told her, Melissa cannot teach. She cannot teach. What is she going to tell people, children? she's a kid herself. She just graduated high school. So the principal laughed, and then she said, anyway, when she comes, tell her to come and see me. I was so convinced that my daughter is too young to teach because she just graduated from school that I didn't even bother to call her. I didn't call her. The principal came back a second time to my house because we live close to the school. She came back a second time and she said, where's Melissa? Melissa is not here yet. I told her, no, Melissa is not home yet. So when she came for the second time, I called her and she came over and I told her what the principal, you know, came in both occasions, what she came about. And I asked her if she would want to teach. While I am saying she's too young to teach and she cannot teach people children, she said yes.
Of course. Of course.
So I said, well, okay. I thought, what you going to tell the people children? You just graduated from high school. Anyway, she went to see the principal. And before you know it, they called, you know, to Steve Hyacinth at the time. That was, you know, he asked if she could come to the office for an interview, come into Roseau. That time the office was in Bath Estate. I don't know if it's still there now.
No, it's not.
And it happened that day. I was on a day off. So I decided, well, okay, it's fine. He said, when he spoke to her, he said, can you come for the interview today? I said, yes, I can, you know, of course we can. Anyway, I drove her into the city. But I felt that my daughter was such a young girl that I brought her up to the man's office. And it's a little office, eh? So she went in, when it was time for her, we were sitting outside, she went in to have the interview with the man. But I am sitting outside there and I grew concerned because I said, this grown big man with my young daughter in there. I'm not used to that kind of thing. I knocked on the door. When they opened it, I said, sir, can I sit with my daughter on the interview? He said,
look, I don't blame you.
I asked him to sit with with her on the interview. And he said, yes, it's fine. I said, I promise I won't say anything. I won't say anything.
Just want
So
to be
I
there.
was sitting next there in a chair while he interviewed my daughter, because I grew so nervous.
Yeah.
You know, I grew nervous.
The thing is, Marcelline, so the thing is, different people see different things in us. So there, like for Teacher Ernie, your principal he saw that thing in you. Yeah. So now here you go, Mr. James, Mr. Linton come, they pull you in, you say, they convince you. What is that like now? Because this right here is would you say this go around is a continuation? Is it a restart? What was that first experience like? What was that like for you now? You're into politics. You switched over. You know, what is that transition like? Because we hear you're a fighter. Like you seem to be very method, you know, like you follow a methodical is the word I think about. Like really like pow, 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 pow. And I'm sure there's a learning curve between being a teacher and being a politician.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was that like for you?
Well, in the political life, in this aspect of my life, I have brought in some of the qualities that I had in the teaching area. I brought in patience. I brought in a strong personality. I brought in positive attitude. And I brought in some good news. It was not a bad one. Is my screen getting dim? Should I put on my light?
Yes, you can put on your light.
Okay. That's better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So your first experience, you say, was not bad.
It wasn't a bad one. It was not a bad one. Although I was disappointed at the end, no. Positive.
I want to hear that story, you know. I've heard about it, and I have people from your constituency who still have wounds, I think, about it.
Yeah, they still carry those wounds. And but I believe in God. I'm a God-fearing person. And I know my turn will come. I got a lot of support the first time, a lot of support from colleagues, from friends, from the party, people outside. I got a lot of people I did not even know. They were there to support me, to send encouraging words, and so it was a very pleasant experience for me. Now I told myself I do not want to continue. Although the desire to help my people, the desire to see my people in a better situation, it is still on my heart. But I said, let a younger person go ahead. I will support. I will in whatever way I can. When I saw nobody was coming forward. And I remember I had a meeting with my constituency association, the Casper's Constituency Association. And I said to them, I think you all should look for somebody else. Look for another person to contest the election this time, because I'm considering giving it a break. And in colloquial terms, their shoulders were broken.
Oh.
I saw their shoulders droop.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And all they were saying, no, Miss Dudu was that. Miss Dudu was that. And just I don't myself at the time. But I have to go back in that again. I am doing it not for myself. I am not doing it for myself. I do not have to go in there.
Yeah.
I just want to help my people. I just want to see them better, living a better life.
When you say that, what do you mean? Can you give us a
yes, I am going. I am going. When I look at, well, the constituency, Castlebrooks constituency is a farming community. It's a farming. We do a lot of farming in that area. Marcelline can attest to the fact that the Castlebrooks plantations and plantations of bananas.
And your constituency consists of which villages?
Okay. We have Petit Soufrère, one end, Petit Soufrère, Samsove, Good Hope, Mopo, Chanto, Dipa, Castlebrooks, Formel, Belfi, Formel, and Tarish Pit. That's the Castlebrooks constituency. Okay. And so
that's a very large constituency.
It is large. It is
very large. And so you say most people, so farming is huge. And
it is huge in this area. It is huge in this area. And when I pass on the Castlebrooks Stretch, anybody who passes on the Castlebrooks Stretch and knowing how the Castlebrooks Stretch was with banana plantations on either side, and to pass there now and just seeing the land is just fallow. It hurts. When you look at the feeder roads that the farmers had to go to their plantations, to their fields, to their farms, and these feeder roads are abandoned. When you look at young people, they leave school, nothing to do, nothing. They graduate, nothing to do. The only thing that they can do is work on in the National Employment Program, NEP, and we'll come to that. Or we now have an exodus of our young people leaving the country, going to other neighboring islands, Anguilla, Guadeloupe, Antigua, this St. Kitts. You know, when you look at the people of the Castlebrooks constituency, they are getting poorer and poorer. In a mendicancy is the order of the day. Or people have been diverted to begging. There are many people working in the National Employment Program, the NEP. But the money that they get is not sufficient for them to live their lives comfortably. I am not saying that they should not work. Yes, they have to work. But the the NEP, that is not what it was created for. You understand?
What was it created for? What was it created for?
It was the National Employment Program was the brainchild of the United Workers' Party. Not many people know that. That's the brainchild of the United Workers' Party. And it was destined to start off with having the young people placed in different areas. For example, you place them at public work, but we don't have public works anymore. When public work was there, but we would place some at public works. They would learn to become mechanics and then open their own business.
Sure, right.
You understand? Would have people give them assistance so they can do their own farming, develop their own little industry. It could be sewing, it could be a liquor restaurant, it could be what. That is what we wanted to do. Yes, we would have people, because we always had people cleaning the roadsides and drains and what. We always had that. But we never had, it was never meant for all these people to be on the roadside, cleaning grass, cleaning the drain. It was never meant to be.
Straight from high school.
But Teacher Ernie, I would like to ask a question. Was it the NEP cleaning the roads in the time of UWP, or was it the Public Works tasked with that assignment to clean roads?
What I remember, we did not have NEP in the time of UWP. We did not have NEP. What we had various gangs, groups of people on the roads, cleaning the roads, cleaning the drains, cleaning the culverts, ensuring that broken culverts are replaced, ensuring that blocked drains are unblocked, and so on and so on. We had different gangs, different groups of people with a supervisor doing that work on the road. And it was going on fine.
It was a great model.
Fine, yes.
Yeah. So what you're actually saying, Teacher Ernie, the NEP was created more like a springboard into something more permanent.
Thank you. That
like an apprenticeship program.
Yeah, but not like a permanent form of employment for years.
But it sounds as if the program then was kind of bastardized or misinterpreted or redirected or diverted into this that it's become right now. And you said this was the brainchild of UWP.
Yes.
But the way it looks now, it seems like it was bastardized or misunderstood or misinterpreted.
Well, they heard of it and they wanted to use it, so they just took it and they put it in their own way.
Because it's not their model, it's not their originality.
That is the thing. And what they are saying, what they are telling the NEP workers is, you need to vote for us, because if you don't vote for us and you vote for another party, when this party gets into power, they will take away the NEP job. You'll no longer have a job, which is not true. We will do with the NEP what we had planned to do. Nobody will lose their jobs because everybody has something to do.
And it sounds as if you're also saying that in addition to keeping your jobs, people have the opportunity to do what you did.
Yes,
like this,
of course, they will move from one to the next. And what they are doing now, what we see happening is they know that the amount of money that these people get as a salary is not enough. They know that. So what they did recently, and I believe they're still doing it in other areas, is they send an envelope, a red envelope with $300 in it, and on the envelope is written with love from labor. These people need to know that labor does not love them. Labor does not love them. If labor had loved them, instead of giving you $300 in an envelope, they would have given you a better salary so you can live more comfortably.
So that's a question. So is that $300 with love? Is that an increase in their salary?
Or no, it's not.
It's a bribe.
Gift.
It's a bribe.
Yes. That is what happening.
So after that month of the gift, then what?
Then that is the question. Then what? We go back to poverty, mendicant society. That is.
But you see, Teacher Ernie, it's not even about going back to a mendicancy and poverty. $300 cannot take you out from poverty nor mendicancy. And the reason they have to give it to you, subsidize you with that bribe, is because you are in poverty, no matter how you slice it and dice it. Because I've heard from the NEP, the people who work on the NEP, their salaries are late, sometimes 10 days of the other month, into the new month late. And they have bills to pay. They have children to feed. They have school fees to pay. And it's a major problem for these people.
It is.
So to keep them in that NEP job and to use it as a vote catchment for the young people just to secure votes, it is beyond evil. You can't destroying the youth of the country and putting them under such immense pressure. It's
in their prime time.
It's difficult. Because
especially men.
Teacher Ernie said at 13 years, she had an opportunity to go into the classroom to teach.
Yeah.
But today, which is, decades after, our young people, when they graduate from school, they have to go and cut grass by the side road. Yeah. It's like paid slaves. This is like hard labor to go cut grass by the side roads. I remember back in the day, they would use the prisoners, if not public works, but they would use the prisoners sometimes to do tasks on the road. So right now, our young people are fulfilling those tasks. And in order for them to get the salary, they must vote for them. They must be manipulated to be taken into meetings to be the official clappers of the nonsense that they impose on the country and its people. And it's just a sad situation.
Sad, it is sad.
So to hear that the Castle Bruce constituency has become a place like a place, and that 26 years, because we have to understand that UWP had that constituency in the early under the late Romanus Barnes.
Yes.
And then it's UWP always had that constituency. And then under Lauren Barnes for a short stint, she was the one who took the UWP to the Labour, to the orbit of Labour Party. And then
what you're saying is, so I guess you said that in a very pretty way. What you're saying is she crossed over. So she got
crossed the floor.
She got to vote as a UWP.
Polished it.
This is one of the things in our system I think is just so outrageously dark. Where we tell people, come to me based on my ideas. They line up with you. And people, you gain people's trust that way, but then only you make the decision to cross. It's a big betrayal. And I think it's a wound in people that it needs to be addressed. This is not something for us to keep pretending that it's okay. There's been nobody came back and said, I'm sorry I did that. It's just like wash it.
Yeah, I think this should be changed. I think the law should be amended. I think people need to consider those who made the sacrifices for them. So I believe the law needs to be amended such that if I voted for you, you win the election, I put you in government, you cannot cross over. Better you resign. Let there be a buy.
I was just coming to that. If you cross the floor, you got to resign.
You got to resign even before you cross. You cannot cross with my vote.
Consequences.
You cannot cross with my vote.
No.
You've got to resign first and take
your resign and then
take your chances with the other
party. But
and
somebody
then
else will
come to Margaret and Teacher Ernie, that seems to have opened a lot of demons, political demons in that constituency, because since then they came in and they doubled down by stealing the seat. They literally stole the seat.
Yeah.
So and then this is a government that has had that constituency for the past 26 years.
So it should be doing better.
How has the presence of this government, having the constituency in their crutches, how has it improved the community apart from just the few how you call it, the apartment houses? The other day I saw garbage spewing all over.
That's a big problem.
Everything else. What is the situation with that? Besides the houses, the apartment houses, what has the Castle Bruce constituency received from the government by way of development in the past 26 years that should obligate the Castle Bruce people, or the people from the Castle Bruce constituency, to keep this parliamentary representative that is also the Minister of Education?
As you said, the apartment buildings, that is it. And these buildings are not even properly constructed. Can you imagine? I am living on the second floor, somebody else on the third floor, and this person's sewage, the sewer water is coming down on my sink.
Ooh.
Can you imagine?
What?
That is what is happening. Toilets don't flush properly. this place is just a mess. It's
You know,
just,
I saw a video the other day from a gentleman from Casa Bruce, and he was actually also showing the roof. There is no roof, there are no gutters, and so you
no,
see water coming straight down. And I
no.
don't know much about building, but I do know that that's going to cause water damage
But of course, it is already causing water damage.
And mold.
and
And
mold.
the people don't feel safe there. Just recently, there was a fire. Somebody put a fire because the place is so untidy. And what should have happened? You built it, you construct the apartment. There should have been some mechanisms in place for the maintenance of this building. There's nothing in place.
Wow.
Nothing. So the building is deteriorating, and nobody will do anything because
there's no
it's government-
ownership either.
No.
There's no ownership. So the
Government-
people don't own the
They
apartment.
don't own the apartment. No, it's not theirs. It's state building. This is state building.
So
I am
basically
not
like the
going to use-
project.
It is it, but of course, yes, that is it. So they are not going to use their money to fix it because it's not mine. I do not have any title. I don't have any paper to say it belongs to me. I will not fix it. So the buildings are deteriorating. The one in the Casa Bruce is built no garbage disposal area, nowhere to put garbage. They should have some big bins at the back. So skips, put them somewhere and let the people store garbage, and then the truck comes to pick it up. Garbage is strewn all over the place, And well, the garbage disposal it is an issue across the country, not just in Casa Bruce. You understand? No, apart from the apartment buildings, what else? What else? They started a police station in 2018, 2019, they started a police station. This police station has halted on numerous occasions. It is overgrown. The grass around is overgrown. The overgrowth is just too much to talk about.
Wow.
This decking, the concrete roof, they have broken it on 2 occasions. And for maybe almost a year or more, not a stroke of work has been done on this building. The policemen they need the space. Because if an arrest is made, which warrants that person being in the cell, there's no cell where they are because it's a residential home. You understand? They do not have a cell. So these policemen have to go all the way to take that prisoner all the way to Solibia or La Plena. Then when the case is ready, they go either La Plena or Solibia to pick up that person. So this is inconveniencing the police officers. Nothing has been done on that police station. For how long now, the Casa Bruce Secondary School needs some additional classrooms. They started, Marcelline must have said in the last time you were here, they started that building in the yard to house the additional classrooms. This has halted on numerous occasions. It cannot finish for whatever reason we don't know. Look at the bridge. You must have heard of the Casa Bruce Callis Bridge. We were cut off in August and a trough. We were cut off during the trough. They started a little piece of road they started working on the bridge. This has stopped. Look all now, the netball court in Casa Bruce. For some reason, the government could not assist in maybe I'm saying that because work is being done on that court voluntarily. There's one individual, he lives overseas. He got assistance from his friends, from his people overseas, and doing the work on the court voluntarily.
Wow.
To farms, they do not have markets for their crops. You understand? No markets. We need markets for our crops. And since 2013, the Prime Minister promised 2 refrigerated boats. 2013 to this day, these boats cannot arrive. When asked about it in Parliament while I was there, somebody said they were too big, so he had to send them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You have to send them to be downsized.
Farmers are frustrated. Well, everybody's frustrated.
Because I was about to say, families are frustrated. Because if farming is the way people made their money and it's basically dead, what does that mean for the family?
and you talk like, yes, the family cost of living is sky high. You understand?
Right.
They have to buy everything. You have to buy everything. Well, the crops that the farmers produce, well, it has to be self-sustenance. You understand? They grow, they eat what they grow, but you need
extra
more.
like
no. I remember
yes.
the days when hucksters would be coming up to Good Hope to buy farmers' produce. I remember those days. And you know, from Thursday, Friday, Saturday sometimes, hucksters up and buying farmers' produce. And you know, farmers would hide, from hucksters. You know, if I tell you, I will give you 4 bags of yams.
Yes.
Marcelline comes before you and she wants it. So if I see Marcelline coming, I will hide because I didn't make it for Marcelline. I made it for you. You understand? And farmers used to hide. The business was flowing. Money was flowing. And that is why we keep saying money was meeting money. You know? But now, Kwedi meeting Kwedi. When the people get their little pittance, they don't have to go and pay the credit that they have taken from the shops and start crediting again for the next time they get the salary. Jesus. You know, that is the situation that we are faced with, not only in the Casablanca constituency, but throughout the country. Those who have, they have. Those who do not have, they do not have. And those who do not have, they are in the majority. They are in the majority. You know, sometimes I think you vote for a government. You put a government in power, in office. Because I did not vote for you, should not leave. I should not leave. The government is there for everybody, regardless of your political affiliation. Sure. But they are making it so obvious. Just last week, my neighbor was distributing fertilizer. He told me, the pan rep told him, the fertilizer should be given only to laborites. You hear me? Only to laborites. Now I said to him, are you going to give only laborites? He told me no. He's not going to give only laborites. He will give other people. He'll give laborites, but he will give other people. Why do you do that? Why?
No, listen, Miss Ernie. Are you talking about the pastor's wife who said that?
Yes, Marcelline, she's the parabé.
Is she still a pastor? Is her husband still a pastor? Is he still pastoring a church?
I don't think so. I am not sure though, but I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
So Teacher Ernie, when you walk through the constituency, and based on that grim situation that you have just explained, how are the people really making ends meet? How are they faring out? Because it is a sad situation. It is, I can't wrap my head around how these people are even living.
Well, in communities, people look out for each other. We still look out for each other. We still lend a hand. We still give somebody a ride. We still give somebody a plate of food. We still assist in whatever way we can. You understand? Although UWP supporters will say, do not give him because he's a laborite. You understand? But we see each other. We see in just these small communities, we see each other as family. You understand? We see each other as family, so we help. But it is dire. The need is dire in this constituency. We have a lot of work to do as the opposition. We have a lot of work to do because the incumbent, they have the country's purse. They are in their largesse. And when you go out, like for example, confirmation, I take people to confirm. I transport them because the confirmation center is very far. It's far, you know, because if the confirmation center is all the way up on the highway, and people from Toronto Deeper have to go all the way up there, they will not walk. They need some form of transportation. So we do that.
So how is that going? Is that going with much ease, or are you all experiencing the frustration like the rest of the constituencies are experiencing?
Yes, we are, because I was just about to say, when I approached, some young people up to Saturday, I was on the ground. Saturday, yeah. I was on the ground, and I approached a young man. I asked him whether he had applied for confirmation, and he told me, "Money, I want money." I told him, "Let me tell you, I do not have the country's purse. The Labour Party, they have the money, and they're using the money. But I can only give you what I have, and what I have is love. I give you love, okay?
Love and change, and the promise of change.
Right, that is it. And when I get in there, things will get better. We will be able to see our way better. But all now, I do not have the money to give you." Then he said to me, "Miss, you're still going up?" I said, "Yes, I'm going." He said, "Okay, I will go and confirm." So that is it. That is the situation. That is because that is what we face. Many of them, they expect us to pay them to go and confirm. So we have a long lecture to give.
Ernie, I think it's the re-education, the rewiring of the minds of those people.
That is what
because you're not supposed to get paid for your vote, to exercise your franchise, because this is what you're exercising. It's your democracy. This is what is going to bring change for you, where you can talk to your government, you can make demands on your government. Someone does not have to pay you for that.
Well, that is what the Labour Party is doing. So when your friend comes to tell you, I got $200, we come to confirm, you would expect it as well, because they need money. They need.
Desperate.
They mendicant. They're in poverty. They need. Some of them have children and they can't feed their children.
Wow.
So if the incumbent is coming with money to pay people to confirm, it is only obvious that I would need as well. So you want me to go and confirm, you have to pay me. You understand? Yeah. So we are not paying them to go and confirm. We are educating them. That's what we are doing. We are educating them, letting them know that they are voting for their betterment. Their vote is their voice. And unless you vote, you do not have a voice. Your change cannot come. Change cannot come. Yeah, you understand?
Who else is on there with us? Who else is
Okay, we have quite a number of persons here with us.
Yeah, thank you, Teacher Ernie. This is wow.
Yes, Teacher Ernie.
It is terrible. It is terrible in this context. I mean, we raise funds because we need, like as I told you earlier on, we need people from Toronto Deeper all the way have to go all up to that confirmation center on the highway in Castlereagh. And if for some reason I cannot get them or they can't get it right, they have to pay. You understand? If we have to get a vehicle to take them up there, we have to pay the vehicle. So we raise funds, we raise a little funds, yeah. We have to go to a meeting, we have to go, the party organizes a meeting, and the constituency has to go. The party does not have the money to pay.
Right.
So we need financial assistance. We need it. We need financial support.
So you'll need financial assistance, just to help out with transportation and other things like that.
I'm hoping the diaspora from Castlereagh constituency, people who want to see change, can get in there and reach out.
Yeah, and just
do you have a contact? Everybody knows how to contact you, but do you have an email address or something?
Yes, my email. Yes, I have an email address.
Yeah, because Margaret, it sounds like a constituency in dire straits.
Dire straits, because you change the whole temperature of the constituency. The whole essence, the identity of the constituency changed. If you're telling me people cannot even barely go to their farms, right? That they had so much traffic with hucksters. I mean, my mom was a huckster. I understand that flow. My dad was a farmer. I understand that flow. And for that, for what you're telling me now is that people are growing food, yes, but really just subsistence, just to feed myself, because I can't even find the markets.
Yeah, no markets. If I have
No markets, no roads, no fertilizer, no assistance,
ridiculous.
and what have you.
That's
And
really
it's very
insane.
unbecoming that you would run a country like that.
That's insane.
Because look at what is happening. You know what I hear from, you know what I heard from the cod copy this afternoon? I'm not going to say grapevine, because down there, Dominica has no grapes.
No grapes.
I heard from the cod copy that they can't pay salaries this month.
Wow, I wouldn't be surprised, because the CBI is
drying up.
Closing down.
I understood there's no money for salaries this
well,
month.
what would Teacher Ernie, what would you say now to young people? Because again, NEP is catching our people at their brightest. They're most excited about life. That's when you have the energy to do and grow and build. But if you're capping so many of our people at NEP, I mean, what is the future? What would you say to a young person who's caught in that trap? And maybe their next best thing they're thinking is, how do I escape? But their options for escaping are becoming more limited and more limited and more limited. They can't go to St. Croix. They can't go to Puerto Rico. Cannot go to St. Thomas. Right now, they might not be able to go to St. Martin soon, or
Guadeloupe,
right?
and Marie-Galante, and Martinique.
Right? What do you say to the young people?
Well, they will flock into Antigua, Anguilla, St. Kitts. That's where they will flock into. But I want to tell our young people that hope is not lost.
Hope is not lost.
Hope is not lost. I want to encourage them, in fact, to go out there, confirm, register. If you have just turned 18, register, because your vote can make that difference. And the United Workers' Party, the plans that we have is with young people in mind. We have plans for our young people. We have plans to create jobs. We have plans to create industries where all of them will be working and not working for a salary that you is neither here nor there. We are planning to create jobs where you will be working for a decent paying job and you can meet your needs and still have something to play with. We don't want them to go. We don't want them to go. But because those who have gone, we want them to come back. We'll create the environment. We'll create the avenue. We'll create the opportunities where they will come back to their country, stay in their country, and earn a decent living. Because Dominica is beautiful. Dominica is rich. We have a lot of resources, and these resources are underutilized. And we want to use those resources, generate income from those resources. We want them to come back home, to stay home. But we want you to vote. We want you to register. We want you to get confirmed. So that when the time...
instead of backing away, which, I'm hearing from, I've heard from some people, actually, people would, especially after the first visa ban situation came down last November-ish, December-ish, right as the year was about to start and the new rules were about to take effect, I had people calling me, and just like pulling their hair out, right? They had situations in motion. And I was hearing from some people, well, I'm just not going to vote. My child, they said they're so frustrated, they're just not going to vote. Are you hearing some of that? And what do you say to those people who are, they were entranced with this existing party, but they realize it's not working. They see it's not working, but sometimes we can have a little bit of shame, I think, or pride, and we think, well, I'm just not going to vote anyway. Is that the answer?
No, not voting is not the answer. Just on Saturday, I was on the ground on Saturday, and I met a young man. And he told me, when I spoke to him, he told me, finish it that, I said, what, finish it what? He said, I'm not voting again. And I had just seen his little 3-year-old daughter. I said, no. You cannot tell me that you're not voting when you have that 3-year-old daughter. I have not given up. Look at me. I have not given up. Why are you giving up? When you give up, who's going to stand for your 3-year-old daughter? Who is going to stand for your children? Who is going to stand for them? You should not give up. You need to stand up. You need to vote. You need to get confirmed and vote so you can stand up and speak on behalf of your children. You need to have a voice. Oh no, you are their voice. And that vote that you're going to cast, that is your voice. You'll be able to stand up and speak and say, this is going wrong and this should not be going wrong. This is what should be done. This is what should not be done. You cannot tell me not voting. You have to go out and vote. You have to go out and confirm. Okay?
I think Dominicans need to understand this is a fight for survival.
It is
this is a bend or break situation.
Yes. You know, of course it is. It is. You need to make that decision. You have to go. There are a number of people who are seeing what is happening. They are feeling it. They are talking, especially the labor rights. They are talking to each other, you know, secretly.
Because there's no way this thing cannot last.
It cannot continue. It cannot continue. You understand? Some of them will meet me and they will tell me, I'm with you the same way. Now that government start doing sort. That's what we'll see. You understand? But they are seeing it. They are seeing it. So I want to encourage the people. I want to encourage them to go out and confirm. I want to encourage them to go out and register. I want them to know that there is hope. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. If I am standing, I think those who are younger need to stand up as well.
Because their vote is their weapon.
Their vote, that is the thing.
Your vote is your weapon. That's how you make people understand that's enough. Don't do it like that.
You cannot do that.
Don't do that to me.
No, we cannot continue because I am doing it for you.
Okay.
I am doing it for you. Why are you backing down? If you back down, I back down. What is going to happen? We have to be in it together.
Teacher Ernie, I think it's a situation where they are disappointed because they were duped into believing that, you know, this government was working for them, but they realized that they were fooled because don't fool yourself. The eyes are opening. The people's eyes have started opening,
awakening.
And when they see that, we have passports, the ban on the visas, when they see that that the Dominican people cannot, you know, get a visa to go on holidays like they were accustomed to. When they see that if they get sick, based on the limited healthcare we have in Dominica, they can't even leave to go out to the US for medical care. They can't come to the US to see their kids graduate. The young people who were aspiring maybe to come to the US for higher education, to go to university, that opportunity is shut off from them because of the reckless decision of the government. So the eyes are opening and they are watching those things. But one of the things for real they're saying is that, oh, I'm not going to vote. But they have to understand not voting is just like voting for him. Because you have to punish him by not voting for him and voting for someone else to represent your best interest, because you don't have to vote for him because he has disappointed you, but you can vote elsewhere and give another person an opportunity. But before I go further, let me take some of the comments that we are seeing here, Margaret, because we have not really acknowledged the persons on the live. We have a number of them, and then we will continue. From the top, we have Yolina Gordon-Langclose watching from St. Thomas. That's my sister. Marjel Durand is here. That's from your area.
That's right.
And Yusil Roye, I think Yusil is watching. Yusil Roye, where is Yusil watching from? Either from St. Martin somewhere. And either from St. Martin or Florida. Everyone is saying, bless you, Teacher Ernie. Thank you, Teacher Ernie. Angelo Allen is here. Angelo says, good evening, ladies. Looking forward to a big show. Oh, thank you. I hope we are not disappointing you, Angelo. Respect to Teacher Ernie, and that's from Angelo. For Castle Bruce, vote for progress. Ray Boston says, yeah, ladies, especially Teacher Ernie. So Teacher Ernie, you're getting a lot of love here. So by the end of the day, Teacher Ernie, I think you can, tell them what your campaign is like, and, tell us what your campaign is like, and see how you can get assistance from the diaspora, because the people need to register and confirm.
Yes.
Ray's asking, ask Teacher Ernie, did she shake? Oh my God. That's a pampalam question. I don't think I want to ask you that question. I worked with Ernie. Marjol Dura is saying, I worked with Ernie at Sansove Primary. She turned out to be an excellent teacher and school principal.
Wow.
Yeah. Let me see someone else's comment here. Pretty girls, we had road gangs. Oh, Marjorie is saying we had road gangs. We had 9 gangs from Petit Soufriere. You hear that? 9 gangs from Petit Soufriere, employing 68 men and women. Every fortnight, they would earn about $18,000 in circulation in the village.
In the communities, yeah.
$18,000.
Wow.
Imagine that, and to wind up to begging right now. Lindsay Packett says, hi, beautiful ladies. It's women time. Keep the political light shining. Thank you, Lindsay. Sheshe, bon après-midi.
Hi, Sheshe.
I know. Urina says, Dominicans are not frustrated yet. When they are, they will know what to do. But Dominicans have become lazy and love to beg and make, oh my God. Oh, I put a disclaimer on that one. DJ Match says, Kenrick says, we may need monies to take Skerrit to court if he volley our seat again. So Teacher Annie, you're hearing, so you have to start putting those things aside, because I think that Lauren Barnes brought a curse to the constituency when she handed it over to Labour Party, when she was voted in on a UWP ticket. And since then, the constituency has just died. Everything has died in the constituency. So it has only served, that move that Lauren Barnes made has only served Lauren Barnes. Yes. Right now, she's Dominica's High Commission to London. So she sits in London as Dominica's High Commissioner.
Yeah.
While the people are catching the roads. While the people are catching their royal, they don't even have food to eat. They don't have. They can't even get to the place where to register to vote so that they can exercise their franchise. But she sits down. She sits down fat and pretty in the UK.
The people need to see this,
Yes,
look at your reality. Your reality is a certain person is high on the hog. You cannot even get to your farm for you to make enough yams to sell to a huckster. You did that. You allowed that. But you can also disallow it. We have to disallow it with our vote. This is your weapon. This is your whip. That is the we at my home we had boafawin. If you see you messed up, they tell you go for your whip. Okay?
And then if we think Lauren Barnes was not bad enough, we brought in this disgusting woman, this Pampalam lady. And every time she opens her mouth, it is just so sickening. But that's for another time. Island Diva Prosper says, Teacher Ernie, if people look out for each other, why didn't someone check on my brother when the light went out in June to make sure he was inside safe, knowing he could barely walk? Plus, he had dementia, but he was left in the dark to get killed. Where is our humanity? Where is the welfare of the elderly? And yet there's a great cover-up. when everyone who knows my brother could not walk this far. What a shame. There is no camera on that government building. It is shameful. So this is Lum, Shabe Reds, who got killed. This elderly man who had dementia and who could barely walk, yet he was, he disappeared, and he was found several days later with his cane next to him and his slippers alongside each other.
What do you mean?
And
like placed right next to each other, like
placed right next to each other. And so from the appearance of it, it looks like the man was murdered, and he was placed there.
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. And we are not hearing anything about that. We are hearing from the Minister of Security, but those situations are not being addressed.
No.
It's just not being addressed. And people need to speak up in their communities. You cannot suffocate those situations, because if you do not speak up for yourself, then nobody's going to address your issues for you. You have to speak up.
That is true. Yeah, because this case is so mysterious, because the man could not see. He could hardly walk.
He was blind and lame.
But I understood they were playing dominoes. There were a few people with him. They were playing dominoes, and the light went. So there were people around him.
He's got dementia.
I don't think so.
He had dementia.
He had dementia. You think so?
Yes, his family said he was dementia. He had dementia as well. But the crux of this matter here was that he could not walk. He was walking with a cane.
He was walking with a cane, and he could not go far.
And he was visually impaired, because his glasses was left behind. His glasses was left behind.
So if he was visually impaired and he said he walked, how would he walk?
Oh, that is what
how did he walk that far?
That is what I'm saying. How could he walk so far?
And another thing I understood in the attempt to cover up this case was that the autopsy was done unbeknownst to the family. The families were not informed when the autopsy was being done.
I was told that the autopsy was done and the family was not informed.
How do you do that?
That should not be done. That should not be done. The family had to be informed as to when the autopsy was going to be done. And I just
so
from what I can see,
these systems will not get corrected until people start hitting people's pockets. That's it.
You know what a policeman told me about the Keon Alexander case? The policeman told me, I thought that Keon Alexander was already buried. He said, no, Keon Alexander is not buried. He's still in the morgue. Listen to how long they in this Cornicia's disappearance.
2022.
And the reason they will not, they have not done the autopsy that they claim that needs to be done, because it has to be done in front of before witnesses, or how you call them. They cannot do it because the man was shot in his back.
That's what you heard?
That's what the policeman told me.
He was shot in his back.
He was shot from behind.
If this is true, this just points to more lawlessness, lack of rules, no regulations, there's no order, there's a breakdown in the society.
Yes,
Society has broken down to where you cannot even trust the systems that are in place.
That is true.
And that's very dangerous. That's dangerous.
Well, Margaret, it's more than a breakdown in society.
But where is justice? Where is justice?
It's not society committing the crimes. It's law enforcement. This is what you call a failed state, because the systems of government aren't working. So it's more than the society.
The systems are not. Not working effectively at all, at all, at all. No, the systems of government are not working. No, I agree with you, Marcelline.
We have to understand that this is the same police force that was involved in an extraterritorial kidnapping of a man in Antigua by the name of Mehul Choksi.
Mehul, yeah.
We have to understand that as well. So I always maintain it's a gang of criminals protecting the hierarchy criminals at the helm of the country. And this is why our country is in that mess. This is why people can kill people and get away with it, because it's a breakdown of all the institutions. It's a breakdown of law and order. It's a breakdown of the systems, and that is filtered down to the last fly chaser in the streets, because the fish erupts from the head.
As above, so below. Wow.
And look at we have the disappearance. We are again dealing with the disappearance of another child, a 16-year-old.
16-year-old, yeah.
And
yet to be found.
It causes a lot of consternation, because we had a situation with how old was Kanisha?
12.
She was 12. And I'm hearing the Minister of Security giving a callous response to Matt Peltier yesterday, with no mention about Kanisha, that we are going down another path in the same way, it seems. No response, but the police is doing the work. Our police doing their work. Malik Skerrit killed a whole man on a bike, and he never went through the process. He never went through the process. If it was a poor Malawi's child, poor Malawi's son, that had killed another person's son on a bike, do you think he would have gotten the same treatment?
Be rotting in jail
without any form of responsibility or consequences. A man died, for Christ's sake. A whole man died, and the pillion rider got injured.
I think when people really sit back and realize, hey, this is the reality, your systems have broken down, they've got to understand they have to change this system. We can talk all kind of nonsense about
I know
my this and I love my that. When it gets close to your home, you've got to see, you have to be willing to see your reality. This is a dangerous situation. If I cannot trust my systems to take care of me, why am I there? What is the point of it? What is the point of this? What's the point?
They will need to see that it is their suffering that pay for the luxuries of these people. I am suffering so that you can have your luxury.
Enough for you to be able to give me no, you even turning, my money, you're coming to give me a gift from my money.
You come and give it to me.
Yeah.
I pay your house rent.
Yeah.
I pay your light bill, and you come in and give me a little
change.
You understand?
The thing is that they're keeping the capital of the people's money, and they're using the interest to give them a little pittance.
That is it.
And telling them to say thank you and vote for me. Keep me in there to suppress and oppress and victimize you and punish you in all sorts of ways
until I'm ready for you again.
Didn't he tell them, I put you in a house, so you have to keep me in the house, keep me in.
Wow.
He told them so. He told them so in that house in Skim down south.
Teacher Ernie,
put you in a house, so you have to keep Skerrit in the house.
Teacher Ernie, when I listened to the account you gave of the housing project in Castle Bruce, where sewage is actually leaking down.
That happened
into people's sink.
That happened in Sansu.
It happens everywhere, because there's this little community.
We saw a video the other day.
Yes,
a different community where it was happening. It was down in the drains.
Yes, down in the drain, and the stench and the flies and the everything. So where is the Department of Health? The health inspectors that used to go about
we don't have
and do that work,
The systems have broken down.
Are broken. All the systems are broken.
broken down. Well, Teacher Ernie, if you could fix one national problem tomorrow morning, if you could fix one national problem tomorrow morning, what might it be?
I would try to get markets for the farmers. Try to identify markets for the farmers. So if the farmers have markets, if agricultural produce have markets out there, everybody will go into agriculture. Everybody, young and old.
They have a way.
Yes, they'll have a way. Yeah. They will have a way.
But we don't have a choice right now, because the CBI has failed. And we knew they told us, if not CBI, then
what? Right.
But that's why we have the soil. And this is something that we should have never done. Move
but you
away
remember
from agriculture, since this was the backbone of the economy.
But they said they were placing agriculture on the back burner.
They said it was a has-been.
It was a has-been industry. So they put it on the back burner. But Dominica is an agricultural country. We have a lot of soil. We have a lot of water, a lot of land. So we need to work the land so we can.
Well, yes. A question is, would you trust a person who last week told you, man, that's a waste of time? Would you trust that person this week to take good care of that thing they said was a waste of time last week?
Oh, no.
I will not. No, not at all. Not at all. I will not believe you. I will not trust you. No.
You mean not even if I came and I pretended to cut a banana bunch? Not even if I came and pretended like I could cut a bunch of bananas?
No. Not at all. Your heart is not there. You're just putting on a show. That's just a show. And that is what they're good at.
Very good.
Pose for photo ops. And then that is all. Let the people see, I am interested in this, I'm interested in that. I am doing it too. But they are not, their heart is not in it. Okay. These people are only there for themselves. They are not there for the people. They are not concerned about the welfare of the people. They are not concerned about our teachers. They are not concerned about our doctors. They are not concerned about our policemen. They are not concerned about farmers. They're not concerned about anybody. You hear me? I remember in 2022 when the United Workers' Party did not contest the election. And this lady was her you know what was her mantra for her campaign? Vote for me so I can get my pension. Not vote for me so I can do this for you, you know. Vote for me so I can get my pension.
Wow.
Okay? That is what she was telling people. So if that is what you're going up for election for, what sense does it make? When I vote for you and you get your pension, what am I going to get? What am I going to get?
What about me?
What about me? There's nothing in it for me. These people, they are just only concerned about me, myself, and I. And that's it. They don't even care about Dominica. They don't care about Dominica.
So what do you want to say to people who, from other parties, who might be open tonight to listening to you? What would you say to somebody who, you know, they might be like, I'm not in that anymore. Like the gentleman.
I know. Yeah, a number of them have said, I'm not in that anymore. But I want them to know that, again, I will say, there is still hope for Dominica. We need a government. We need a government who cares. We need a government that can protect us. A government that can provide for us. A government that is concerned about the people. We need a government that can work for us, not one that is working against us. Because all now we have a government that is working against us. We need a government that can help us, not one that is hurting us, because the people are hurting. I am calling on them. I'm calling on the people to look around you. Look at your situation. Look at your life. Look at yourself. Look at your family. Don't you think things could be better? Things could have been better for you? I want them to know that things can be better. You need to get out from where you are come on and make up your mind to vote for a government that cares about you. Get confirmed, get registered, and vote for your betterment. Casaubon's constituency deserves better. This constituency, Casaubon's on a whole, Casaubon's proper has been or had been, I should say, a very vibrant community. Casaubon's is dead.
Wow.
Nothing is happening. Absolutely nothing is happening there. You hear me? The other communities, you pass on the roadside about 7 o'clock. Not even a dog you see walking on the road. Nothing. Nothing. These people have killed the economy. They have killed the livelihood of the people. They have, all they have to do now is barriers. But I want them to know we can bounce back. We can bounce back. So I want them to come on board. I want them to vote for the United Workers' Party because we care. We want to make a difference, and we will make a difference. What I am saying is to the people out there, all those listening to me via social media, we need, nothing can happen without money. We are helping ourselves, but we need your assistance. And I am asking anyone out there who feels touched, who feels maybe I can commit myself to donating at least $10 per month. At least $10 per month, or whenever you get your salary. Donate it to the campaign. Donate it to the campaign in the Casaubon's constituency in Dominica, to the United Workers' Party. Please assist us so we can assist the people. Help us so we can help the people. We need buses when we're going out. We need, maybe you want to help somebody in need, they want to do a little something for that person. Somebody needs a door, we can buy a door for that person, because there are still people without proper housing. This old lady needs a meal, we can go and bring a meal for this person. You know, there are little things that we want to do to show that we care, because we do care. So if you feel like, you know, giving something, we would definitely appreciate it. And we pray that the good Lord bless the work of your hands.
You know, I appreciate you doing that and putting that call to action out here. This is how people campaign up here. You get text messages, you get emails, you get letters, you get TV ads asking for small donations, right? For support. Get the grassroots, get the people involved in their own destiny. Yes.
We're not asking for much because we know it is hard all over.
Yeah.
I believe each person can spare $10 every time you get your salary. Give us $10 so we can put it to work for you. We believe in transparency. You will see what we do. We will inform you of what we do. We believe in, I'm a person with integrity. Okay? I will inform you of what we do in the constituency with your money. You will see what we are doing. You will hear of what we are doing. We will be on social media. So we are not asking you to donate to Ernie. We are asking you to donate to the campaign.
Yes.
Okay? And would be grateful if you would heed this cry, heed this call, and give the assistance that is much needed. I thank you.
Yes. Thank you for that. Marcelline, any thoughts before y'all, thank you all so much for sticking with us and listening and sharing your thoughts and your questions. Teacher Ernie, just beautiful talking with you. We're getting ready to go into what we call our rapid fire fun round. But Marcelline, what are your thoughts, Marcelline?
You know, listening to Teacher Ernie and what she painted on the constituency, I think I think that should move us to assist, because at the end of the day, it's our brothers and sisters are suffering down there. And if we do not help, I think we have an obligation to help. It is part of our responsibility to help, because we can't have, the country, it's bad as it is. And to just talk about the issues and not find solutions, not find means and ways to contribute to changing the situation. That situation needed changing as of 2 decades ago. So we understand what the situation is like right now. Economically, it is bad everywhere. But if it is, think of it back as to, back there, how it is for the people. They have no jobs. They are placed in an apartment. They just pushed in an apartment, like you put animals in a pen. And that is what it sounded like. And it made me so sorry. So that is what we have to do as a people. We have to help our brothers and sisters. We have to help our country. And a lot of times we call ourselves, and we said that Dominica is a Christian country, because when we look at the emblem, when we look at our coat of arms, it says "Après body c'est la terre." So it means after God is the earth. After God is the earth. But do we understand what that means? If we truly look at that, it would mean that, after God is the earth, it comes with after God is the land and nature. And those are the most important things for life on the island. This is what ties us in as to how much we, the people, value each other, how much we value the soil, how much we value for survival. With the sales of passports, then everything has dried up. Look, for it's been given out, but they're told do not give it to non-supporters of labor.
Yeah.
And you cannot run a country like that. So what we can do, we can find means and ways to help. And I think we should, because it's a polarized and divided country, loyal to politicians. But at the end of the day, people are seriously perishing. And my father used to he had a thing saying, a quote saying, that people are on perishing grounds. People are on perishing grounds. And that is what it seemed. Because I've never seen Dominica in such a dire situation. And now with the drying up of the CBI, well, it's not that the CBI has worked for Dominica. The CBI has not really worked for Dominica, because we have not seen the benefits of the CBI reflected in the lives of the people and the communities. It has not worked. So the people have been suffering for a long time. You cannot feed from the mouth of a politician. So we have to, and I'm glad Teacher Ernie made that plea for assistance. So a lot of us on the live, I think we should be thinking of how we can make those contributions to assist, at least transportation to take the people to register, to confirm. And Teacher Ernie, I have, I meant to ask you that question. How are you, I know you have been doing the work on the ground, seeing that you're the candidate for the constituency. What is the reception of you on the ground among, the people? And I'm not talking about the people who generally vote for you, but in general, in the constituency itself. What's the reception like?
Well, I must say it has been very positive. Because I don't only go to the homes of supporters. I visit everybody. And when I go to non-supporters, I would expect some form of
pushback.
Yes, something, and I don't get that.
You don't get
well received. We have a conversation. They join in the conversation. They support what I'm saying. They agree to what I'm saying. Yeah, I speak to them. I know they're supporters, and after I talk to them about what is going on in the country, and then I ask them for their support. Then I do ask them for their support. I must ask them for their support.
Important. That's important.
I have to ask them for their support.
That's important.
Teacher Ernie, you make me feel like I want to come down to help you campaign.
Come down, Marcelline.
I like that. Come down, Marcelline.
You make me feel like I want to come to help you campaign with Teacher Ernie. Margaret, you don't get that feel, Margaret, like you feel like you...
Clearly, you're like, look, you got inspired right there, Marcelline.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because I remember back in the day, and I like field work, I like working on the ground, because as an insurance agent back in the day, I did a lot of that. My strength is meeting with you around your kitchen table and discussing with you and selling you that intangible product. I want to do that, selling you that intangible product. Teacher Ernie, that intangible product you are selling is your support.
Yes.
The votes, that is what you need. That is your intangible product. And you should not go to an appointment and not sell the case.
Have to.
Because there's enough to sell the case. And there are enough answers to those objections, so that you can close that case, because it's a lot of objections around. The CBI has not worked for you. The government has not worked for you for 26 years. This is a government that your government has been in office. Your parliamentary representative has been in office for 26 years. Your parliamentary representative cannot say that she was denied because her constituents does not support the government in office. There is absolutely no excuse why that your community is not like a little Dubai. Castlebrook should be like a little Dubai, because that is a community that has voted for them since the Lauren Barnes walked across the floor with the UWP votes, and of course with the exception of when they stole your seat.
Yes.
So this is a government. So they stole your seat to do what? To punish you?
To punish, just to punish the people.
To destroy your community, to keep you in abject poverty, and to bring you down to begging status, where you have no resilience, you have no independence, you don't even have roads to go to your home. The other day, I saw that the Trump system, it cut off the communities. Totally.
Yes, we were cut off.
Totally. So if there was an emergency, that person would die.
Of course.
Is that the government you want to vote? A government that will tell you that you don't need, all you need to do, your medical insurance is to call the prime minister.
That is the medical insurance.
That's your medical insurance, to call your prime minister. And then maybe if he is in the right mood, or if he's not in a bad mood, then he will send you out. But if he's in a bad mood, let's say he's mad about some BS, then he said, "Stay and die. Let you die." Is that what we want in the country?
But you're talking about that, Marcelline. There was a funeral on Saturday. I need to talk about that. There was a funeral on Saturday. This guy, well, he passed. We had his funeral on Saturday. And his cousin was reading his eulogy, and oh boy, this was so sad. He had sickle cell, and he called her to tell her, tell her that he wanted to come up to meet her. He fell worse, and then he had to be admitted. So his blood count was 3.5 thereabouts. So he could not fly.
3.5.
Yeah, that was very low. He could not fly. So he had to get blood before he flies. The blood is there, but it's not tested. The machine to test the blood is not working.
You serious?
I'm telling you. The lady said, okay, she's going to
Not
get
Richard hearing
blood.
that?
She's going to get blood in Antigua to send down to Dominica so they can give him. They said that is against their policy. She said she's going to call an institution to have the blood tested, the blood that they have it tested so they can administer. They said that is against their policy.
So they let him die.
You see what I'm talking about?
Help him live.
You see what I'm talking about? She did eventually get the blood, but when it got to Dominica 3 days before it was administered, he had 10 died. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That is the situation.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
That is the situation.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
How did I don't know. I'm sitting.
Wow.
You know, I'm saying,
Margaret.
had it been his son, his daughter, a member of his family, would that have happened? Would they say that is against their policy?
Wow. But you are the one who put the people in that kind of genocidal situation because you have not provided proper health care for the people. So you are letting them die.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are letting
Even
them
when
die.
they want to help themselves, you're not making it easy for them.
You are letting them die.
No.
Well, the people have to see that.
The people have to say they are seeing it, but they are still coming back, which reminds me of that Stalin and that chicken. Stalin plucked out the chicken, blood running down the chicken. He put some crumbs on the floor, and the chicken came back.
Yeah.
You understand?
Well, Teacher Ernie, those are things that you need to say on the campaign. You have to build your campaign and home those points. If you get sick, you are going to die because already this man is considering you to be a nobody.
But of course,
you're poor, you will die.
Because there's this. I don't remember who's that person who said, but if the man in the ghetto, you know, must continually be fed by the hand that put him in the ghetto, he will never have the strength
for sure
to get out of the ghetto.
For sure.
I am prepared to give them the strength to get out of that ghetto. I am prepared to give them that strength for them to get out of that ghetto and come into the land.
More than time. It's more than time.
You know, a labor rights. A guy who had gone down to Dominica to vote for this government several times. You know what he told me? He had a friend that used to work in the hospital. I forgot the guy's name. He was an orderly and he got sick. Either he had an accident or something. So the labor right here calls Scarrett and said, yo, my friend has an accident. He needs to be flown out of Dominica.
Well, the health insurance company?
Yeah, he called the health insurance.
Yes.
You know, the question was, who is he supporting?
That is it. And that is the norm, you know, nowadays.
He asked, who is he supporting?
That
So you know, according to who you support, you will die.
You will die.
This is how evil this man is. And this, you know, there is enough to make that case for the Dominican people. There is enough. This man should be afraid to call election. He should be afraid to steal another election. He should be afraid, I am telling you. And if with the right messaging, Teacher Ernie, with putting someone on the ground, you know, we never underestimate what is his name, Papi. You know, we are in the
That's true.
Constituency
That's
still.
True. That's true.
Papi
yes.
Baptist was from Castle Bruce.
Yes.
Papi had his whole system set up behind his car.
Yeah.
And Papi, Papi was with his loudspeaker.
Mm-hmm.
We need a Papi in Castle Bruce to speak to the people, to tell them what brought them here and to take them out. Because believe you me, sometimes we feel that we are talking too much, but it is resonating.
It is resonating.
People's eyes are opening. The blinkers are peeling off slowly.
I mean, it must, because you're
And I
seeing
tell you
stuff
that.
with your eyes. It
Yeah.
The
must. because
scales
you're
are
seeing
falling
it.
off.
Oh yeah.
People are realizing that, hey, what is being said is true. And you know what got someone to make the decision to peel up, to get like, I'm not comfortable anymore, is the non-issuance of that visa, Gregor Nassif.
Wow. Yeah.
The eyes have started opening,
Like, this
and
is
the
serious.
ears as well. And we just have to keep the right conversation, the right discussion, and we have to go where it is needed, on the ground, in the ghetto, talking to the man on the road, talking to the man in his stand-up clothes. We have to meet them where they are.
Yeah, that's true.
If
That's
we
true.
meet them where they are, there's always a saying, as a life underwriter, there is always, a presentation is more powerful. It is easier to convince someone face to face. You call it cold canvas.
Yes,
And
yes.
when you stay on the phone,
On the phone, that's
and
true.
talk to somebody.
That is true.
And
That is
that comes with years of experience
Press the flesh.
in the insurance business.
It
It is so much easier. The person sees your emotion, you see their emotion. You know when to close. You know when to drive home that closing point. Because you're in his face. You're seeing his emotion.
right.
You know when to close.
Yeah, facial expressions and all of that.
Yes. But you don't want to continue trying to oversell a case that the person is ready to buy, but you're not seeing that he's ready to buy. You have no vision to see his, when he's ready to buy. So we have to do more of that. Get on the ground and talk to the people.
All right, well, Marcelline, you got an assignment.
The next time I come to Dominica, I'm coming to help you campaign.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank
There you go. Well, y'all, it is 7:58. We've got 2 minutes left. We got some rapid fire questions for you, Teacher Ernie. Teacher Ernie, it's Sunday morning. Coffee or kakao tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
That's
Sunday afternoon, you going to the beach or you going to the river?
River.
If you weren't a teacher, Teacher Ernie, what career would you have chosen? You told
Police
us.
officer.
Police officer. What is one Dominican food you could eat every day of the week, Teacher Ernie?
Oh my God, a broth. Fish broth.
What kind of broth? What do you have in the broth, Teacher Ernie? What do you have in the broth?
Fish, carrots, cabbage, yam, green bananas.
Oh my God, I'm hungry.
Green lime on that. Ooh. All right. Finally, what is one word that describes Dominica's future the way you envision it?
One word that describes Dominica's future. So many words coming to my mind. One word, or you want a phrase?
You can give me a phrase. You can give
or a sentence. Maybe
or
I'll
a
give you
sentence.
or a sentence. A country or an island where every Dominican is living comfortably and happily.
I received that. I see it. I join and agree with you in that vision. Yeah.
Okay.
And here's a little bonus question for your students, for the many people you have taught. If they were watching tonight, what is one thing they would say that Teacher Ernie always repeated in class?
I repeated several things.
I'm sure.
Things, be the person that you want to be.
Yeah.
Be the person that you want
to be.
Yeah.
I love that.
Don't allow anyone to take away what Be who you want to be.
Yes.
Dreams.
Yes. I love this. Well, Teacher Ernie, we want to tell you thank you very much for saying yes and for being so open and clear, and inspiring. I think that I want all viewers, Marcelline, to understand that whether or not we agree with each other, right, or disagree with each other, this is what democracy looks like. This is what being in community looks like. Yeah. So I want to encourage everybody to keep listening and to keep talking to each other, not just at each other. Sometimes we might be hearing too much and we have to disconnect, unplug from each other, but it's quite okay to go back and reconnect. You know what I mean? So y'all, if you enjoyed tonight's conversation, just keep following us. Keep following us, because on Wednesdays, we're going to be on Marceline's couch, on her porch. And on Sundays, we're going to be on my side. Just follow both of us. We're sharing the prosperity. See what I'm saying? That's the vibe here. You all right? So Marcelline, bring us home, Marcelline. Bring us home.
Well, Teacher Ernie, thank you very much for being here with us. Teacher Ernie, we're going to do our best to assist you.
Thank you.
I know Margaret is on board, and you know, I have a few persons who are, you know, who will be on board. So I know you're going to be, you know, in a better place than before you came.
Thank you.
I want to say thank you to all the persons who logged in together with us this evening. Thank you for contributing to the discussion. This is how we do it. Every voice counts, and you know, we have to do it together as a people. It's only love for country that brings us here all the time. Yes, we are not at home, but we have our brothers and sisters in mind. They are always in our hearts. Our country is always in our hearts. And we will do our utmost to help bring back Dominica to the great place it used to be, the great country with industrious people. And we want to bring back our country to resilience. And hopefully, it's not going to be in the too distant future. It's going to be just right around the corner. And we have to not give up, continue loving our country, continue our allegiance to country. And this is how we are always going to get by. We cannot always say we love this politician, or we are Poto this and Poto that. Potoism has destroyed our country. So let us try patriotism. And I pray that it is going to happen soon, that we will once come back to our milk and honey days, and we will be a once and again happy country. So let's make Dominica great again.
Amen.
And let's get this overstayed, overbloated government that has done their time and overstayed their how you call it? They have overstayed
assignment. They've overstayed their assignment, their welcome,
their assignments,
yeah,
their time, everything they have just overstayed. So let us always remember, après body c'est la terre. And what service can we do for our country? What service can we render thee? Let us always remember we love our country.
Amen.
So God bless our people. God bless us, Margaret. God bless you, Teacher Ernie.
Thank you.
And may we continue to do what we have to do with God in it.
In the midst.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Teacher Ernie.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
So
I wanted to get your email address. How can people connect with you, Teacher Ernie? Telephone or email?
My telephone number 767-276-8639. And my email address is ejohnfinn@hotmail, or Ernie John Finn. No, this one is not I will not give this one.
Okay.
So ejohnfinn
at Hotmail. Very nice.
JNO. But before I leave, I just want to say we need leaders, not in love with money, but in love with justice, not in love with publicity, but in love with humanity. And this is the kind of leader I am aspiring to be, I want to be. Okay? So I am just calling on all my people to be with me. I am the kind of leader that Castlebrooks constituency needs, because I know the history, and I know how to maneuver that rocky road to get us to a better place. I want to thank you all, Dr. Triffy and Marcelline. I want to thank you all for inviting me to this forum. I hope I did what I had to do. I hope I did not disappoint anyone. And I'm looking forward to the connection that we have made. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much for
Thank
inspiring.
you, Teacher Ernie.
Thank you,
Thank you
Marcelline.
so much.
Thank you, guys.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Okay,
God bless.
Peace.
Bye.
Yes, God bless. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, good night.
Yes, good
Bye.
night, everyone.